So, what if I told you that one man managed to build relationships with billionaires, prominent politicians, massive celebrities, Wall Street executives, Nobel Prize-winning scientists, and yeah, even members of the British royal family, all while secretly operating one of the most disturbing criminal enterprises in modern history? Welcome to This Explainer. For decades, Jeffrey Epstein appeared, well, literally untouchable. You really have to ask yourself, how in the world did someone with absolutely no college degree become one of the most connected people in America? It's a total paradox, right? This impossible rise paired with a deeply, deeply hidden life. And even after his arrest in 2019 and his subsequent death inside a Manhattan jail cell, the questions they never stopped. Just look at the untouchable facade he built. We're talking multiple mansions worth millions of dollars, flying on private jets all around the world, hosting literally some of the richest and most influential people on Earth. To the general public, he just looked like this mysterious financial genius. He built this aura of absolute invincibility, projecting a level of wealth and success that basically made people stop asking questions. Section 1. Access and Reinvention, the Calculated Rise. So let's trace how this actually happened. Jeffrey Edward Epstein was born on January 20th, 1953 in Brooklyn, New York, to a totally middle-class family. His dad worked for the Parks Department, his mom was a school assistant. Now, friends described him as unusually intelligent. He actually skipped grades in school. But here's the wild part. Despite never actually finishing his college degree, he somehow landed a teaching position at the ultra-prestigious Dalton School in Manhattan right around the mid-1970s. In Dalton, it wasn't just an ordinary school. We're talking about a place that educated the children of Wall Street executives, business tycoons, some of the absolute wealthiest families in America. Teaching there gave Epstein something way more valuable than a salary. It gave him access. Parents were really impressed by his confidence and his math skills, and several hired him as a private tutor. Those introductions basically opened doors most of us could never even imagine, eventually leading him to the investment bank Bear Stearns, where he learned exactly how the ultra-rich managed their money, protected their assets, and built these massive networks of influence. Soon after that, Epstein completely reinvented himself as an exclusive financial advisor. Very little was publicly known about how he actually generated his wealth, yet his fortune just kept growing. So we're really left looking at two faces here. On one side, you have the public narrative, this mysterious financial genius snapping up enormous properties in New York, Palm Beach, Paris. But on the other side, the dark reality of a disturbing criminal enterprise developing silently behind closed doors. To the outside world, it looked like the ultimate success story, but as prosecutors would later allege, he was actually building a system designed to exploit.
Section 2. The Network of Power, Shielded by Association.
By the 1990s, Epstein had become a regular fixture inside these insanely elite social circles. I mean, business leaders were attending his private dinners, Nobel Prize-winning scientists were actually accepting funding from his charitable foundations, prominent politicians were appearing in photographs with him, and members of the British royal family were crossing paths with him. To outsiders looking in, it looked like the absolute perfect success story. Now, as questions started growing about Epstein's relationships, things like flight logs and photographs became the subject of enormous public interest. But, and this is absolutely crucial to remember, federal investigators have repeatedly emphasized this exact point. Appearing in flight logs, attending social events, or knowing Epstein does not by itself establish criminal wrongdoing. Some individuals publicly admitted knowing him, some completely denied any knowledge of his activities, and others expressed deep, deep regret. The association alone just does not equal guilt, even as thousands of pages of court records continue to fuel massive public debate. Section 3. The Dark Reality, the Allegations and Convictions. Because according to later federal investigations, a much, much darker reality was developing underneath that shiny surface. Over the following years, numerous young women courageously came forward to accuse Epstein of sexual abuse. Prosecutors alleged that he operated a highly systematic pattern, basically using his immense wealth and promises of career opportunities to target, recruit, groom, and manipulate highly vulnerable teenage girls for ongoing abuse. Multiple victims provided sworn testimony describing this exact same terrifying pattern. And you can't really talk about this without mentioning one of the most important figures in this enterprise, Ghislaine Maxwell. She's the daughter of the late British media businessman Robert Maxwell. Prosecutors argued that she played a critical role in helping recruit and groom victims for Epstein. Now, while she initially denied the allegations during the legal process, in 2021, Maxwell was officially convicted in federal court on several severe charges related to recruiting and trafficking underage girls for Epstein. Section 4. The systemic failure, missed opportunities. This is maybe the most frustrating part of the whole explainer. Despite repeated complaints from victims throughout the entire 1990s and well into the early 2000s, Epstein largely avoided any serious legal consequences. It wasn't until investigative journalism, civil lawsuits, and renewed federal investigations finally forced unprecedented scrutiny on him that the tide actually turned. That all finally culminated in his 2019 arrest. And that just leaves us staring at a wall of vital, unanswered questions. Like, why did so many investigations fail for years? Was it just a lack of resources? A complete failure of communication between agencies? Or, honestly, was it something far more complex having to do with his extreme wealth? Really think about it. How did powerful institutions repeatedly miss opportunities to stop him? Did his elite connections inadvertently shield him from the standard scrutiny that anyone else would face? The tension regarding who knew what and exactly when they knew it remains this heavy, heavy cloud over the entire case. Ultimately, the Epstein case is about so much more than just one man's crimes. It's practically a mirror held up to society. What does it truly reveal about power, wealth, influence, and accountability in America today? When billions of dollars in elite global networks are involved, does the scale of justice actually remain balanced? It's a massive question, one that continues to make headlines years later, and it absolutely demands our ongoing scrutiny.